Hey there, video games. Yeah, I'm talking to you. The things I would do to you in the name of love. Fingering them buttons, you know what I mean?
Phillips, that's disgusting.
How long have you been there? What's up, Metas? Welcome to the season finale of Game Time Playtime. I'm your host, Flitz.
And I am also your host, Jess V.
Now, I know when you hear season finale, you want to gonna feel sad, and we don't want that. We want happiness. So let's talk about something that makes us happy.
Ian Somerhalder
What?
from The Vampire Diaries. Oh my god, I'm so DTF with him.
Tumblr?
What?
No, not in
no,
this
this
particular
is-
case.
Yeah.
Right now, we're talking about video games. Jessif, right now.
Yeah, we are.
What is
Sorry.
your number one video game?
Of all time? Oh my gosh.
All time. Let's
Let's
go.
go with all time.
Gosh, there's so many. You know, I feel like
Couple.
a couple. Yeah, no, there's a couple. I would have to say Diablo 2, the expansion pack, was one of my favorite games. My dad and I used to spend hours upon hours sitting next to each other at our computers playing that game together.
Dad.
Oh my gosh. Yes, no, I think we invested a good 500 hours into that game together. And so that just has so much nostalgia and memories behind it. Final Fantasy VII, love that game.
A lot of people love it.
Yeah, no. I spent about 12 hours a day playing that game. It was almost like a full-time job with overtime playing that game.
I like how you just break down the hours, like that whole Asian
Yeah.
thing you have.
No,
is
it's
just,
math.
It's math.
I got it. What
Math
about you?
dictionary.
What about you? Your favorite game of all
favorite
time?
games
Z-
of all time, Guardian Heroes. A lot of that comes from playing with my friends and it being a side scroller. And growing up, I could read, unlike a lot of people. And it was like a choose your own adventure book. So the different paths you can choose and going back into different paths and leveling up your characters and backing up your friends. So I just enjoyed that thoroughly. And then, of course, for a lot of people, you come Mass Effect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just so big.
Absolutely.
And it just, almost brought me to tears. Maybe actually brought me to tears.
Oh, no.
It's
The
okay.
series? The whole
Spoilers.
series?
The whole
Or are you
series.
talking
I
about-
can't just pick one. It's an ongoing story
Yeah.
as a game series.
Right.
Thoroughly enjoyed
No,
it.
I would say that was one of my favorite games as well. Just the fact that everyone has a different story behind what their story was in that game. That's some good writing right there.
Well, we love all the games, which is a problem with being a gamer.
No, it's seriously a problem. A first world problem, but
a
a
first
problem.
So when did you come out of the gaming realm on top? You were like, you know what, this is me. This is who I am.
Oh, man. I've actually been playing games since I was a little girl, and funny enough, I would go over to my friend's house to play on the NES, and she had Super Mario Brothers, and I was scared to play because I was afraid to die. Every time I watched her play and she would die, I'd be like, oh my god, no, I can't do this. Oh, my heart can't take it as an
You're
8-year-old.
tiny? Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, no.
I'm gonna have
and
a heart
so-
attack. You're 8. Stop.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
be
but
alright.
then my dad ended up buying me a Sega Master System with the 3D glasses, and ever
you
since
had
then,
dough.
yeah.
She said, yeah, I did.
No. He bought me that, and my sister and I would just sit there and play games after games all throughout the summer, and then the rest is history, and here I am.
What brought me out of the gaming closet was, I just grew up with games. I remember I guess it was a ColecoVision,
Oh.
which my dad brought, and I was a baby. Like, I didn't know what
you were
the heck
still
I was
in the
playing.
womb.
Like,
You were still in the
I
womb.
was, and my mom
You
was
had just been fertilized.
pushing her belly on
And
the,
you had
no,
the
and I would mash on that, and then my grandmom kept us in video games, Vestrex, which a lot of people don't even know what the heck
Yeah,
that is.
that's some big words right there. Like-
And then from Nintendo through and through. So, video games were my babysitter. And then even in elementary school, coming home from school, I would play Street Fighter 2 and Art of Fighting, and I would walk 3 miles, no BS, this is dead serious, in Philly. Walk 3 miles to get to the arcade, even if it's just to watch people play. And I would go so much, people would just give me quarters back when they were
that's
affordable,
awesome.
and I could play games.
Yeah.
I'm addicted.
Right.
I have
Yeah.
an addiction.
It is. It's an addiction.
We've talked a lot about our favorite games and, going back to our youths, but when did you realize you were, a gamer? You stood up, you're like, I'm a gamer. This is me.
I think it would go back into right after high school. I had graduated high school. You know, there's a lot of downtime as a college student. And out on the college campus, there was an arcade. And my sister and I would go to that arcade at least 4 times a week. And I rediscovered this amazing game called Soul Calibur 2 and was like, what is this? I've never seen this before. From there, it just skyrocketed to Dance Dance Revolution, to, you know, a plethora of other games. And then one day I stumbled across this channel called G4TV.com and realized, man, this is what I want to do. I want to play video games and talk about it on camera. And here I am. So yeah. And you? What about you?
My defining
Your defining moments
where I was like,
in Flitz's
yeah, I'm a
gaming
gamer.
history.
I would have to say I used to hang out in a spot in Philly called Gamery and Hobbies, where I actually met a lot of like my mentors in all fields, from comic books to video gaming to dancing, which is really bizarre. But it was there when I would, right after school, get on the bus, and instead of going home, I'd go straight there, play video games all day, and the owner of the store would actually say, hey, we just got this new game in. We don't know anything about it. Play this.
Wow.
Tell me how it is. So from like Parappa to Rappa to like there was that game One. Do you remember that game? It was like called One on PlayStation.
Don't remember that one, but I remember Parappa the Rappa.
Oh, of course. It's
Yeah.
classic. From there, it was like, I'm a gamer. I mean, I've always been a gamer, but
Right.
it was then that I was like, yeah,
This is what you wanna do.
This is my thing. Like, this is who I am. And
Right.
I can't do anything about that.
And there's no looking back.
We know we're not alone in having these stories, so tell us when you realize how much you love mashing L buttons.
That is what the comments are fantastic for. So please comment a bunch so our corporate overlords see them and renew us for another season.
And also subscribe that our internet plantation overseers see our amazing subscription numbers and are like, whoa, we
Whoa.
should totally renew these guys for another season.
Do you get that, guys? Did you hear that? Another season. Before we go, we asked some of our friends here at Game Time Playtime what their favorite gaming memories are. So,
Do what you do best.
go play.
My fondest gaming memory has got to be, it goes back all the way to Nintendo. Some of my earliest memories of playing video games were building graph paper maps for The Legend of Zelda. Each square would be its own different room, drawing connecting rooms, finding each little hidden secret passage, and it's just about making my own custom maps. I even actually still have my level 9 Death Mountain skull map, and it's I want to get it framed, but that's my fondest gaming moment.
I actually have 2. Resident Evil harks back to '96, and Half-Life for the PC. Got to give it out to that game. The reason why being was Resident Evil just created that survival horror element and that genre, spawning new games for new generations. Now with Half-Life, that was a new, fresh game because you have a protagonist that doesn't even talk. There's no cutscenes whatsoever, and that exploration throughout Disaster of Black Mesa was not only startling, but it was really reflective.
I don't play video games.
My fondest gaming memory is probably when I was about 5 years old. Me and my parents just moved into a new apartment, and we had a faux mattress, a TV, and Nintendo. I remember sitting on the floor with a bag of popcorn shrimp with my dad playing Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
My favorite gaming memory is Zelda Ocarina of Time, the whole game. It's great.
My fondest gaming memory, I grew up across the street from an arcade that my family owned called Gunner's Arcade, and every day I would get 4 quarters from my parents, and I would go over there and play arcades and pinball and hang out with my great-grandfather, and that was one of my fondest gaming memories.
I think my favorite gaming memory goes back to 1984. I was living in a trailer park. I was kind of a handyman there, and I would kind of spend my time playing this game called Starfighter. And when I would keep playing the game, and one day it turned out that I was the last Starfighter.